today is the ugly and charm of love. Yeah. So for the next 1 hour together, we will hear her presentation from Mrs. Irani Soraya, and then we will discuss after her presentation. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me first to read the agenda for today. The first agenda is opening session. The second is greeting participants and short chit chat with participants. Third is the presentation. Fourth, Q&A. Fifth, breakout room. The first breakout room session. Sixth, second breakout room session. Seven, taking picture together. Eight, choosing a new moderator and presenter. So before we hear our presenter or our author, let me introduce our speaker, keynote speaker. She is named Irani Soraya, AMD SPSI. I will tell you brief information. He is a counselor with experience working in the field of education. Her interest is family and children welfare on disaster situation. He used to spend her time with reading, traveling, drawing, jogging, writing, and learning something new. She is well adaptive in new environment, able to work under pressure, eager to find a new experience, and strong with learning. She is education history, formal education 2020 until now, is Magister on Clinical Psychology profession UP Jakarta, and 2010 until 2016 study Islamic law at School of Islamic Science Al-Qudwah Depok. And then 2002 and until 2008, Bachelor Psychology, graduate from Gajah Mada University. So you are my neighbor, Mrs. Irani. I am come from cultural FEB. And then 1000 in 1999, yeah, until 2002, Diploma of Occupational Therapy Medical Rehabilitation Program. That is brief of background. Our background keynote speaker. After this, can you hear and write what is important to write? Depend on yours. And next session, I will give to your Mrs. Irani Soraya. Time and place is yours.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Mujahid. I just knew the fact that you are my neighbor in Gajah Mada in Humaniora Street, right?
Yes.
Yes. I used to following the lecturer of Korean and also Turkey language. I have from FEB, so
yes.
Mix. interdisciplinary while I'm in Gajah Mada. Nice to see you, Mr. Mujahid.
Yes, nice to meet you.
All right. Before we begin, Mr. Mujahid, can you preparing my PowerPoint, please?
Okay, wait.
Yes, I hope it will show properly. Before we begin, actually, this theme of the night is correlate with Miss Aisyah Kahar last week. Remember, we talked a lot about divorce, the statistic of bad divorce in Indonesia, right? Remember? All right. So based on that, my concern is actually in mental health, especially to women and children mental health. I hope that this is not a very serious presentation. This is only some kind of new experience and new knowledge for you all. I hope you can enjoy the time and do not hesitate if you would like to ask anything about it. All right. I hope you can enjoy the time. Okay. Shall we begin, Mr. Mujahid, with the first slide?
Okay. It is, Mrs.
Isn't it in the show of slideshow or just like this?
Right.
We usually with the full screen, right?
Yes.
All
The
right.
first slide presentation is Mrs.
It's not on the presentation mode yet, actually. That's what I meant. Thank you, Mr. Torik. Yes, thank you, Mr. Acep.
You can press button slideshow. Like the left of zoom out, yeah. Nah. Oh, the right again. To icon.
Okay. It is.
Slideshow. Yeah. The slideshow before the minus symbol.
Oh, I'm sorry. Anyone can help. I've never tried to.
Mr. Rengo, you are the host also, right? Can you help Mr.
Mujahid?
Yeah, wait a minute. So instead of Mr. Mujahid sharing the screen, I think I could help him to share from my screen.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, wait a minute. I will download the material first. Sorry, I am parallelly doing my assignment. So I'm not
job.
I'm not too responsive. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Okay, Mr. Mujahid, you can unshare your screen.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr.
It's okay. Well, first. Where is the presentation? I see.
Some work before we begin. This is little some background of what is this about. In this last 1 year, actually, I've been practicing as a clinical psychologist in Lapas and also in the mental institution. And in mental institution, mostly the women are become so depressed or becoming a mental illness because of love. And in Lapas or in the mental institution for men is usually because of economic bankrupt or fail as a challenge or something else. So my presentation a little bit show the face of love, the ugly and charm of love. Actually, I really would like to use the bold and the beauty of love, but it's quite too frontal, right? The ugly and charm of love. I begin with the words from Eric Fromm. Eric Fromm is one of the most influencer in humanity psychology. He is an existentialist psychologist. He said that to love means to commit oneself without guarantee, to give ourselves, actually to give ourselves completely in the hope that our love will produce love in the loved person. So in this world, there is some meaning that to commit in a love relation is some relation that have no guarantee that our love will we will get back our love. That's what it means. We just hope that our love will produce the more love in the love that we the loved person. Okay, next, Mr. Ranger. Tonight we will talk about love intergeneration view. And the second is about marriage and the expectation of marriage. And the third is about couple and soulmate. And the fourth is about the case of Novi. Next, Mr. Tango.
Okay.
Okay. This picture, what do you see from this picture? Is it marriage, happiness, love, or only delicious cake, yum cake, right?
Too
All right,
much,
whatever you choose.
Yummy.
Mr. Rengo?
too much
Yummy, right?
sweetener in one picture.
You not see any picture of a beautiful marriage cake, Mr. Acep?
Yeah, I think so. I just concerned on food.
All right, next, Mr. Rengo. Okay. And then about this picture. This is the case of Novia Widyasari, the case of November 2021. Novi Widyasari grave, yeah. Novi Widyasari is the victim of rape, accused as a not homicide, suicide near her father's graveyard. This is, isn't it a sad picture, irony or myth? Have you heard about the case, Mr. Rengo? May I ask?
Apparently I heard about this case. So the one that make her did that is a police, right?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
that's right.
Got that.
And just accused by now with 5 months jail. Only 5 months. Yes. Okay, next. Okay, love. Let's talk first about love. What is love? Is it a lustful and passionate? No. Well, usually when people talk about love, they will imagine love as something that's really fun, really enjoyable, really make something make tremble in your heart. You might say like that. That is love. Well, actually, love in psychology, there is 4 kinds of love. There is altruism, friendship, romantic we call as passionate or eros, and then the last is companionate love. Well, altruism is a love that correlation with morality. We give a goodness, we give a good kind of act, and then we don't hope anything besides something make us feel good. And that was love. That was Madame Teresa do to the Indians or any other, or Dalai Lama or whatsoever, or the volunteer of humanitarian. That's what they do, the altruism, the humanity of love. That's what we call. And then the second is friendship. Actually, friendship is a kind of love, yes, because we need that capacity to caring and listening to others, to be a friend. to be a very close friend, right? And that capacity is we built from very young, from our adolescent, from our very young children in the elementary, primary, or in the junior high school. We we make our little group with a very several similar friends. That is one kind of love, friendship. And the next is romantic love. Romantic love we call as a passionate love or eros. And the last is, oh no, passionate. The last is companionate love. Companionate love is more like a love that comes when I'm tired to have another person near and has a deep caring affection for the person. Well, in the companion love, it doesn't have to have a sexual desire and infatuation. If no one know what is infatuation, if infatuation is a kind of foolish love, love that makes you doing something very what is it, mindless, without any longer thing. That's what kind of romantic love can do. Next. So most of you who haven't get married yet will ask to yourself, should I get married? If so, when? If I wait too long, will I get left out? Do I want to have children then? So I stay single? Well, this question also come to my mind when before I get married. Should I get married? When I should the best time for marriage? And last week I remember that my partner in this group, Mr. Polly, also asked me, "Am I mature enough to get married?" How should I tell? Okay. Uh, every person have a personal answer about this question, and you can ask me in the last session of Q&A. If I wait too long, will I get left out? Will I be some alienated because of solitude or something? Are you afraid of loneliness? Are you afraid of solitude or something else? All right. Next, Mr. Ango. Well, marriage, not until 1930, a stable marriage is widely accepted as the end point of human development. So it was a goal, it's a human being goal until 1930. So we live and then we get someone and then we have a stable marriage and the end. That is the goal of until 1930s people. But in the last 60 years, personal fulfillment, both inside and outside marriage, has been a goal competitive with the stability of marriage. By means, this word say that it's not enough to have a stable marriage. We more need an emotional support. We need more than just an economic. We need someone to talk to. Our need to someone that really in mind with us. It's become one of the traits of why people get married or not get married. All right, next. There are five kind of relation in the adult life. The first is a single adult. This means that people who choose not to be married or not married yet is a single adult, whether they live with their parents or living by themselves. And then the second relation is a married adult, is the common accepted in the community. So most people hope that we are in this part, in this only part. And the next is the cohabitation adult. The cohabitation adult actually grow widely and morally in nowadays in Sweden, in Japan, and in the North American mostly, and most of the Europe choose the cohabitation adult. Cohabitation adult is mean that we choose to live with someone that we love without marriage. Yes. Is there any emotional trigger or maybe conflict in the cohabitation adult? Let's talk about it. Or is it some kind of free dilemma? Because most of people who feel afraid of marriage, maybe they think about the socio-cultural background, the economical, the parents. We avoid the conflict with parents, with our culture, with our different religion. It was so most people in Sweden, in Japan also, it's almost 90% of the youngsters of the adults it choose the cohabitation relation. And then the next relation is a divorced adult, whether they choose to remarry or whether they choose to be not remarried. Then the last is the gay or lesbian adult. This is something that I believe that we have to be more accept to the new this kind of relation. Yes, they are a gay relation adult. They are a lesbian adult. Whether they are wrong or not, whether they are feel guilty or not, we have to accept this reality. All right, next. Mr. Rango, can you please? I think Mr. Rango is
Sorry, Kak.
all right. It's all right. Maybe your son with you, right? Okay. Next slide is about what really made us attract one another. What makes us fall in love or feel I think I like her. I think I want to spend my life with her or something. Is it a first sight love or is it because of similarity or it's just kind of win-win solution? What is it a win-win solution? Well, sometimes people tend to uh, see relation whether is it for marriage or just a cohabitation is the girl has a home and I don't have so I feel interesting with her or something the girl is prosper and I'm not so I like you a lot or like exactly uh, the uh, kebalikannya. Oh, I'm sorry. The girl is don't have home, but the man have home. Is it a win-win solution? The girl has the beauty, and the man have a home, have a good job, and the girl have a beauty. It's a win-win solution. So most of all, asking why are we attracted to another? Well, from the research show that one attract to another because actually they were similar. We were frankly more choose someone who looks like our family. Uh, I think the boy is quite so-so. It's not too bad and not too, oh, okay, it's so-so, something that you are acceptable. Uh, that makes a good relation. Maybe sometimes there is no guarantee in here. Or is it a first sight love? Well, it could be a first sight love why we affect another, but mostly a first sight love is what we call as foolish love. It only happens in the adolescent years, in 13 or until 15 years old, or until 70 years old. Uh, we see each other and then Oh, I think I love her. Just like that. Yes, there was a first sight love. Next, Mr. Rango.
Enggak cintaku.
Dia suka kena gitu tuh.
Hmm,
Okay, now we're talking about the ugly of love. This is about Novia Widyasari, the girl, a very beautiful girl of Brawijaya University, who chose to suicide herself just beside her father's graveyard. It's because of what? Because of his in the relation with her boyfriend, a police officer, who refused to marry her. And then Novi got pregnant, get abortion, and then he is rejected with the police family, and then get pregnant again, and then he took to suicide. Well, this presentation is about what I would like to bring it out is if I could speak to Novia, if I could be her friend, I hope I could say that Novi, you are not alone. Novi, there are no use to stop in this path and choose to and choose to give up. Your life is more precious, is more uh, your priceless, you know. Novia, your life is priceless. So you should not have do the suicide if you have a good friend, or you should talk about your problem. There are no problem, they have no solution. Every problem have a solution, I believe. So whosoever you are in this group who have any problem of their relation towards other or to your soulmate, to your mate, I hope when you have problem, you can talk to your mate, because that what means to be a relation, to have a good conversation with your partner as an equal partner, so you don't be private as a second civil or something because he is a police and you just a student or something. Every uh, relation should be equal. Okay, next, Mr. Rango. Okay, about love. Is it love going to be married? Could be. Love and marriage is connection. In the this is we have so many conflict when we connected love and marriage, because in ASEAN, mostly in ASEAN culture, we don't use love as the main purpose of our marriage. We are married because of the drive of our family, because of our culture, of our religion. So love in usually in most of the Asian is kind of culture. We don't have to falling in love to get married. We doesn't have to uh, it doesn't mean that we don't have to love with our partner. It doesn't mean so, because in Asian culture there are some of motto. There's no jalannya kulino or something. What is it? I forgot about it. The love come with the process, right? But in Western culture, people tend to desire a marriage based by love. Is it wrong? No, it's not wrong. But the rate of divorce in America is more than in Indonesia or more than in Asia, because the love is an emotion. And what to have love not an emotion? Yes, to have a very successful marriage with love, you should use love as a verb, not as a conjunctive or as a you should use love as a verb. So work it out. Love is need to be processed. Love need to be, come on, doing something to make your partner in love or something to make your marriage more full of love. Love is a verb, not an adjective. Okay, thank you, Miss Hannah. Tresno jalaran soko kulino. Love comes because of interaction, right? Deborah Tennant used to have a very many book about the relation about man and woman. We also remember that in 19th there is a book that very boom in the publishing that the title is Men from Venus, no, Men from Mars and Woman from Venus. It's because people tend to believe that the woman and men have a different kind of conversation of the way of love language. That's why sometimes a partner, both wife and husband, you just don't understand me. They said to each other, you just don't understand me. And this was the beginning of fight or divorce. Well, Eric Fromm once said again, well, marriage is a very long conversation. So if you don't talk to your partner, then what kind of marriage is it? All right, next, Mr. Rengo. As I mentioned before, okay, this is the end. As I mentioned before, this is not a very formal and very theoretical about love and marriage. This is only to spend your time with some funny themes. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you, Mr. Rango. Thank you, Mr. Mujahid. The time is yours. My name is Irani Soraya, and I'm a clinical psychologist.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Irani Soraya, giving such an informative and comprehensive presentation about the love. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going the next agenda, that is Q&A, question and answer. I think before we continue, I would highlight the first slide presentation from Mrs. Irani. That is love. To love means to commit on self without guarantee, to give ourselves in the hope that our love will produce love in the love person, right? It is quote from Erich Fromm. Firstly, before you all raise your hand, I will ask to you, Mrs. Irania, Mrs. Irani. What is limit? Oh, no problem, yeah. If I am a moderator, be first ask to you, no problem.
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
Okay. I'm curious about quote from Erich Fromm. Yes, to love means to commit our own self without guarantee, to give ourselves in the hope that our love will produce love in the love person. So, what is the limit from the love? I think. What is the limit?
What is limit for the love?
Do you get
What do
my?
you mean with limit?
Yeah, I think
Batasan?
if we don't give limit the love, yeah, like we want to like be narcissist, yeah, narcissism, self-love, or yeah, maybe
No.
in context
Okay.
in religion, if we have commit, commit to people, yeah, love. in my opinion, we don't have to pacaran before marriage. I think that. So you can pacaran with your girlfriend after you marriage. That is a limit, I think. Yeah, I mean that is limit. Now, depend on your experience. What is the limit of the love? I think. Yeah, this is my question for me. Thank you. Your
Unmute.
please unmute.
All right. Mr. Mujahid, can I ask first that how old are you? And are you married yet? Are you
No.
in relation? Not
I'm
married?
not married. No, I have not married. Yeah, I have not married yet.
I
Yeah.
haven't gotten
I'm sorry.
married.
And I'm 25 years old.
25. Okay, you are 25. You're not married
20,
yet.
26, yeah.
Oh, you're 26. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, it's okay.
I'm sorry because yeah.
In Eric from quote, he said that to love means to commit oneself. It doesn't mean that we have to narcissist to give love to ourselves. It doesn't mean like that. It means that you should commit. Commitment is a part of love. Without commitment, there is no love. You have to commit. Commit what? To what? Commit to what? Commit to give everything, to give yourself, even to give yourself to your loved person. There is no guarantee that your love will be back to you. But that's mean what by love. And remember, I said that Eric Fromm is an existentialism or humanistic. He believed that, yes, he believed that humans have the capacity to do more than we could. So when you're in love, you will give the one that you love is more than yourself. It's giving without hoping of anything. It's giving without hoping of will be back of the goodness.
Okay.
And Eric Fromm is a Jew. So every of his writing is based on his religion also. So you're asking about, so when we're in relation, in pacaran, we still have limits. Yes, because we're in the culture and in our religion. And we're Asian. For us, the title of marriage is more precious than just pacaran. So pacaran is always a limit, except you're living in Sweden or in Japan. You can be a partner of prohibition relation. Is it acceptable? Yes, in Japan it's acceptable, but not in Indonesian culture and in your self culture, your personal value.
Okay.
But love shouldn't limit to someone to don't do or something. Love should be giving the loved person not only time but change to be the most highest of what she or he could be, the potential, that what in psychology we talk blah 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 about love. When we love person, we give chance to the loved person, to the person that we love, to achieve the highest potential of herself or himself. Do you get it what I mean? And it's only theoretical. In psychology, it doesn't have to be your failure. This is only some kind of fun discussion. Okay, Mr. Mujahid? Do
Okay.
you get it?
Okay,
All
Miss.
right.
Thank you for your sharing.
But for another
Okay.
consultation about your relation, you can ask me after the session.
Okay.
Okay,
you.
Mr. Mujahid, please the next question.
Okay. Thank you. The next is Mr. Asep Usman Abdullah.
Yes.
Please.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator, Mr. Mujahid, and also thank you for the such insightful and educational presentation, Miss Irani Soraya. I think this is a very deep content, and I know that this is you have a great capacity talking about this as you are a psychologist or what we call that, but of course you have a background in psychology, so it's really reliable, I think. uh, but I might miss some informations at the beginning of your presentations. You mentioned some term about love. Just curious whether it is a kind of level of love, and what kind of love that you may consider that's the requirement for getting married. I mean, there are types of loves, and what kind of love that you, as a psychologist, suggest to your clients or to people that maybe want to consult with you about marriage. Thank you.
All right. This is about actually your question is very narrowly get into the theme, the ugly and the charm of love. Why is it? Because uh, what kind of love do you suggest to have? I will tell you that what I show you about Novia Widyasari picture this is an example of passionate love. Passionate love will tend to drive you to do something that unthinkable, like suicide or killing the partner. Do you remember that in Indonesia, we constantly have heard the news about a wife not killing, mutilate the genital of her husband? Yes, because it was
Yeah.
the romantic love, because she is falling in love. The falling in love or romantic love or passionate love usually tend and drive us to do something very unthinkable. You can, uh, even if you don't have money, you will borrow from someone. You don't have, so sometimes in romantic love, there is so much deceit. The man is usually have this kind of character to be a prosper man using other person cars or motorcycle to be look like as a prosper man, to be looks like as a gentleman. That's what kind of passionate love, because we have a drive of sexual, and sexual is always push us to the limit that we cannot handle. That's what passionate love. And the other side, there are companion love, some love that more adult love. Sometimes it comes maybe after the years of our early adult uh, age, maybe in the 30 or 40. But what you need mostly in the companion love is only a belonging of the partner, to be feel that you are loved in the relation of friendship. He is your friendship, he is your wise man or wise girl or something. So in the theoretical, the companionship can last hundreds of years, like the queen and the and the king Philip. They spent 80 years together in the companion love. Maybe the lack of sexual is almost not exist after 40 or after 60 or something, but they complete each other with a friendship or relation. They becoming the buffer of emotion each other. That's my opinion. But in Islam, I believe that you already read a lot also, Mr. Acep. I believe that you have some opinion also. That it's okay if you looking for something that you, or you looking for someone that you really love because of beauty. It's all right. You love someone because of her prosperity. Yes, it's all right. Because her family, it's all right. Because the love is come after, and then Allah will give you after the marriage, will give you the sakina, the mawadah, the warahmah. It was happiness in Islam. In Islam family, happiness is translated with the dignity, the calmness, the serenity. Yes, happiness is not like crying. Oh, you say to your partner, I love you, 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 I love you. And then you show so many pictures in your Instagram with the mother. It's not kind of love. It's a childish love, a foolish love, infatuation love. And infatuation, as I mentioned before, sometimes come to crime, criminal, and sometimes goes to mental institution. Because in the mental institution, mostly the woman, almost 80 to 90%, come to mental institution because of the praise, because of the partner is unfaithful. It's crazy, right? So too bad if your love makes you just goes to mental institution. Love to give the highest potential you are. That's Mr. Acep. Is it answering your question?
Yes, it's really assuring. Yeah, I think yeah, I think it's a good reflection as well for me. Thank you, by the way. Great. Yeah. Thank you
Yeah,
again.
thank you, Mr. Asep. I hope you get married soon. Yes.
Ah, Mr. Acep, you haven't? You're single too?
Yes, yes.
Oh, you're
Going
very,
to soon.
what is it? High quality jomblo, right? You
Oh
have
my.
some group community, fans millennial, right?
Yes, exactly.
With the member of 100,000.
Great.
Wow.
Thank you for being followers.
Yes.
Okay, the next is Mrs. Astuti Alawiyah. Please open mic, Mrs. Astuti. Yeah, Mrs. Astuti Alawiyah.
Hello, Miss
Yeah, thank
Astuti.
you.
How are you?
Hi, Miss
How is
Irani.
Ashifa?
Yeah. It's because El Nina we are rainy in every day, I think, but today not. How your journey when pilgrims?
Oh yeah, nice and good and sharp. Not ugly, but
Wow.
only sharp.
Yeah. Actually, I want to ask you about eternal love, ya. Cinta sejati.
Eternal love.
Yeah. Like you said before, I'm so not interesting. I'm so, what is it? Kagum, how you say kagum with Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip.
Yeah.
I almost
Yeah.
know follow everyday life, and I feel like their love is eternal love, I think. And what
Oh.
do you think about eternal love? And then my question is actually, is there someone who feel lonely and sit and not see and see or he think she is not loving by anyone, and is there any case like that, and then she feel like um mental health issue about someone who feel not loving by anyone like that. Are you get my question?
Yes, I get it.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Miss Ira.
Okay. Well, this is a good news for you, Miss Astuti, the one who adore the
Okay.
eternal love. Actually, in our religion, we know this kind of love. You must be know what I mean. Um, until the 17th century, the Shakespeare write Romeo and Juliet. Mostly, the European believe that most of the love story will end with tragedy. So there are no, and then they happily love ever after. But then after the baby boomer generation, when the war is occurring in the worldwide second, we get sick of the war, and we want some love in this war. So the the growing is we believe again about the ultimate goal of human life is love, to find someone that we love, to marry someone that we love, or and so on. If you can find the one, you're lucky. It's a gift from Allah. MashaAllah.
That's
Maybe
my
I
pray
can,
in every night.
yes, maybe I can say that only one in 20 to have that kind of gift from Allah. Yes, it means that, but is it love needs to be testament, right? Is it can hold in the obstacle of life, in the stormy time? Because love is not about 5 minutes or 5 hours or 5 years or 15 years. What do you want? What do you demand to your God is an eternal love. So, do you ready to have that kind of testimony? Ujian, are you ready to still in love with your partner when your partner is handicapped with stroke or hit by a car, and you're the one who pay for the bill, and you're the one who pay for the children education? Or are you still in love with your partner when your partner is not loyal to you? When having the second wife or the third wife or the fourth wife? Oh, it's becoming the end of the love. It's all depend on you, in your value that you respect. It's hard, Miss
Oh, it's
Astuti.
like what is it?
It's frightened of you.
Pranika seminar.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
And about your friend, yes, uh, people tend to feel lonely when they are left out of what we call as the stage of development stage. So in psychology, we have some age that only think about that. And we should think about marriage only in 20 to until 30. 20 until 30. We think about intimacy. We think about marrying someone, to have relation. That was the time, because 30 to 40 is the productive time to make your business work, to make your work as a professional, to make your study becoming master and doctoral. That's the time, 30 to 40. That was the stage in psychology. So when you're left behind, you should feel lonely. Yes, that's true. So what happened when you feel lonely? you should find someone who support you as a friend. And your value is not bring down just because you are alone, just because you are single. Show your potential in wheresoever you are. It's not about who you are with. Are you family man or not? Maybe in this our society, the stigma of jomblo, the stigma of bujangan, perawan tua is very high. But I believe that as we are now a college person, the stigma is kind of blur. We're not living in the desa, in the village, right? We go out, we have work. So the stigma should not bring you down. It's only stigma. Word can make you down. Yourself makes you down. What you say to yourself makes you down. Okay, Miss Asuti, that's my answer.
Wow, it's so good. And wow, I love you are being my private psychology.
And
Oh yeah,
next to your screen, there are Mr. Acep who's still single and Mr. Mujahid still single.
no, sir.
And Mr.
Nice
Tonic
topic.
also still single.
Oh my God,
Oh
it's
my God,
blessing.
I'm sorry. Close your face, Mrs. Asuti.
Okay.
Don't be feel insecure. This
Okay.
is some funny of discussion, I believe. Okay, Mr. Mujahid, next question.
Yes, that is very detailed answer to question, Mrs. Irani. However, due to limit time, I don't know how we decide this. Two questions come from Mrs. Elita Sari and Imam Farhanabil Rehan. Will you answer or not, Mrs. Irani
Yeah.
Soraya?
I'm sorry, Mr. Mujahid. I
yeah.
have suggestion. So I think we could pair between Kak Irani with Miss Elita in the
Yes.
in the first breakout room, and then for the second we will pair between Kak Irani and Kak Imam.
Okay,
Can
okay.
I have some word after Mr. Rengo? I would like to introduce my sister. Miss Elita is my sister. And her question will
I
she will
miss
be
Ellie.
hit me. So you don't have to put us in the same breakout room because of what? Why don't I just answer the question of Miss Elita and Mr. Imam for 5 minutes, I believe, and then we just have one session for breakout room. Can I ask like that, Miss Elvira, Mr. Ranga?
Just 5 minutes, right?
Yes, 5
Okay.
minutes.
Yes. So please open mic from Mrs. Erita. Who?
Elita Sari. Thank you.
Erita Sari. Yeah.
Thank you for your time. Yes, I'm the oldest sister of Miss Irani. I just want to give some point of view about love from my background. In my study in my biomedical science, I just have new perspective of love that emotions is just a neuropeptides attaching to receptors and then stimulating an electrical change of neurons. So it's just a physical action in our brain. So that is
biological and
biological
action.
Then so we have so many emotions in our life, such joy, grief, love. That's all biochemical that circulating in our brain and give that kind of emotion, or love. That's all same neuropeptides, yet only neuropeptides attaching to the receptors in our brain. So that's the biological perspective of emotions, maybe including love. So I think, and then I just remember about I even read a book by Helen Fisher, a professor of love in, I don't know, she separate people from about 4 type of personality that every people have primer neuropeptide in their body. That's why we can we almost have I believe that one person attract to one person who the same personality, maybe the same type gitu ya. Then we can see two the other, like 2% that are attractive, and they looks like different, very different. Then we have noticed that then everybody have type of neuropeptides in their brain that are different to others, and she is separating person for type ya, that's penjelajah itu apa sih bahasa Inggrisnya, explorer ya, explorer, terusnya pembangun itu apa?
Builder.
Ya itulah.
Builder, the type of explorer, love, the builder love.
Terus pengarah apa? Director maybe ya, sama estrogen as and the personality that negotiator. Then 4 type have 4 type of biological profile that depend on dopamine, serotonin, testosterone, and estrogen. That's why we can attract to a very opposite person, or we can attract to a very similar person. I think that I just want to comment that. Thank you.
Okay, that's good point. And for the one who haven't got married yet, you should fool yourself with nutrition, so your receptor can accept the love from your environment. So when someone is past you, you can say, "Oh, I think I'm in love." Just don't left behind, because a sociopath is someone who cannot be loved on or make love or something have the relation. Is the lack of neuropeptide and other micronutrient. So it's important to keep healthy and with a good nutrition. Okay, back to you, Mr. Rango or Mr. Mujahid, please.
Okay. And the next question come from Mr. Imam Farhan Nabil Rohan. Check. Mr. Imam Farhan Nabil Rohan, are you connected with us?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for the opportunities. Maybe because the time limit, I will ask shortly. Thank you for your presentation. This is Irani, and from your presentation, I'm interested to ask about how we can be objective to someone we love, because in my experience, usually we cannot give advice objectively to someone we love, like to our friends, to our to our wife or maybe to our girlfriend or boyfriend. So that's what I want to ask.
All right, Mr. Imam, thank you for your question. But as I mentioned in your question is we cannot give advice to someone that we love because it's becoming non-objective no more. It's subjective. But the problem about love, this is not problem about love. This is the problem about the language of communication that we tend to listen someone that we respect. We will not listen someone that we love. Yes, we tend to we tend to deny someone that we love. That's why the problem in psychology is the profession that they have money because most people doesn't listen to their partner. They only listen to their, I don't know, their friend maybe. Yeah, this is about the language of communication, the art of communication. Why is that we cannot accept the advice for our partner or from our spouse? Yes, maybe because our dignity is too high. Oh, I'm smarter than him. I have the master's degree and he's only bachelor. And for the man, I who are the one who on the money. He only wife me. So we cannot accept the accept some our partner. Actually, that's about the problem is about the communication. We tend to listen someone that we honor and we respect, and sometimes because he is or she is very near to us, he's only a regular man, regular woman. So we we only like that. So it's not the problem about is it, but I love him. Why she don't listen to my advice? The problem is not about love. The problem is about the art of communication. Why don't we hypnotize her? That's some situation. Okay, if because this is limit time. Okay, Mr. Rango, it's back to you.
Okay. So hopefully you can get our what point of view depend on yours who is from Mr. Imam, Mrs. Eli Tasaria, and Mrs. Astuti. And then we next session is maybe we have one session to break out room. Yeah. After I chat with Mr. Rango, he agree that we will have just one session breakout room. And please your time, Mr. Rango, to split us to into the breakout room.
Okay, thank you, Kak Mujahid. Yeah, since you're the moderator, so the comment is in your hand actually. So I will just do what you said. Okay, I will make 7 breakout rooms since we have 14 participants. So in the first breakout room, we will have Kak Aisyah with Kak Elita, sorry, Miss Elita. And then in the second breakout room, we will have Kak Imam with Kak Rahmi. For the third breakout room, we will have Kak Acep with Kak Elvira. And then in the fourth breakout room, we will have Kak Abdul Mustafa with Kak Mujahid. And then in the fifth breakout room, we will have Kak Torik with Kak Irani. In the sixth breakout room will be Kak Astuti with Kak Ayu Izaki. And then for the seventh breakout room will be Kak Anggit with me later, but I should have some documentation first. So, okay, in 3, 2, 1, in 3 seconds will be assigned to the breakout room. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah.
Okay, still nobody in here. Maybe they are still in the talk. Oh, I'm sorry, you're still muted.
Or we are in our blackout room again.
Oh, we are in our big outdoor again. Wait, no, I think it is in the main room.
Oh, this is the main room.
But the participant is only us. Maybe they still talking. Maybe. By the way, do you have any question maybe to me about love or something?
Yes. Do you have the chance to in loyal?
I don't know because the man can up fall. So I just open for the opportunity to.
All right.
Yeah,
And Mr. Rengo?
I think I forgot to set the automatically leave breakout room when time is up.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Hello, Miss Aisha. How are you?
Hello. You know, I
Hello.
met your sister. I met your
Yes.
sister.
Yes. Are you ready? Oh, yes. She actually asking me about you last week.
Oh, really? Yeah, I met your sister, you know, in the breakout room and we talk loud.
Baru diomongin, kalau di Indonesia bilangnya baru diomongin dan muncul.
Yeah, you talk behind my back, but
Yeah.
it's fine because it's all about the positive. It's fine.
Right.
It's fine. Very good presentation from today, Miss Irani.
Oh, you just follow half of it.
No,
You
yeah,
speak with-
I was in my way. I just arrived home. Sorry.
Right.
But she
Mr.
read your
Mujahid.
presentation content perhaps in group.
Oh, is it my PowerPoint? You mean, Mr. Ecep?
Yeah, your PowerPoint.
It's only a little word. There is no content on it. Is it all right? All right, then I left to Mr. Rengo to do that. Okay, Mr. Mujahid, Mr. Rengo, shall we have a picture? Or are we introducing the new member, maybe?
Thank you. Usually after breakout room, we have to take picture, right?
Yes.
The documentation. Maybe Mr. Rengo, can you help me?
Yeah, of course, Kamu Jahit. Okay, could you open your camera, guys, all of you, if you'd like to. I will count to 5 before we take a picture together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think we missed someone, yeah. Kak Hana, is she left this session earlier? Okay. Okay, I will take the picture of us ya in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and cheers. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, once more with a different style. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, thank you everyone.
The next is choosing a new moderator and presenter. Who will be moderator and presenter? How we choose it, ladies and gentlemen? Maybe I think Mrs. Edita Sari, I think. Interested biomedical and your knowledge. How Mrs. Edita Sari do you accept as presenter next week?
What? To be presentation.
I'm sorry,
next
Kak
week.
Mujahid. I think
Yes.
Miss Elita is in the first time of
Meeting.
her
And
meeting,
we'll
ya,
be frightened
today.
of prison.
But if she'd like to, yeah, she could
Yes.
be the presenter. Yeah, let us
We
wait
give the
for
chance.
Kak
We
Miss
dare
Elita.
you.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
We dare you to talk blah 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 about biology and chemistry of love.
Oh,
No, it's free. It's free.
okay.
Whatsoever you would like to talk.
It have to harus diputuskan sekarang apa sih?
Yes.
Okay, I try.
All right. Good.
Cool, Miss Elita.
Then we choose moderator who will be a moderator. I think how about Mr. Imam Farhan Nabil?
To be a moderator ya?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I'm available.
Okay, thank you.
Kak Mujahid, maybe before we end this meeting, we need to ensure that either Miss Elita and Kak Imam already join our group.
What group?
Speaking practice group in WhatsApp.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm not yet
Okay.
joining.
Maybe Kak Irani can help with that ya,
Yeah.
Kak?
Yes, I will send the invitation just before the presentation time to be asking what the theme, right? Because my sister sometimes forget about date and month and time.
Very honest.
She opened this Zoom room yesterday night.
I think we
Miss
have.
Elita, if you if you want to join the WhatsApp group, Mr. Anggit send the link. You can join for speaking practice WhatsApp group ya.
Okay.
Enough, I think. All, ladies and gentlemen, we have finally come to the end of our weekly session, and I, Mujahid, as the moderator, I'm signing off to all of you. I apologize if I have mistakes, and see you next time. And Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Miss Irani. Thank you, Mr. Mujahid. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Miss Irani. Thank
Have a
you,
good
Mr.
night.
Mujahid. Thank you, everyone.
See
See
you
you next week.
everyone
I
next
will
week.
end this meeting.